We're at Sutton Elementary School right now, and I'm going to let my guest introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what's going on here at Sutton Elementary.
Well, I'm Diana Johnson, principal at Sutton Elementary, and this year at Sutton Elementary we are implementing a new philosophy of recognizing leaders in all students, and the principles are from The Leader in Me by Stephen Covey.
Why Sutton Elementary? Why are y'all trying this out?
We have a lot of great things going on at Sutton. We do a lot of clubs and extracurricular activities, and Ms. Tynes, our guidance counselor, and myself had talked about more opportunities that we could offer students. And for the past 2 years, we have been looking at The Leader in Me, and it was just something that we were very interested in. And we visited a symposium in Bowling Green and visited schools that are actually implementing The Leader in Me. And after we visited the schools, we knew it was just something that would be great for Sutton.
Specifically, what is The Leader in Me? What is this program all about?
It's basically fostering leadership in students and letting them recognize that everyone has talents, and letting them recognize that everyone can be a leader in some way or shape or form.
Why bring all the staff in here? Of course, as principal, you're obviously the head person in charge at Sutton. Why bring everyone in on this?
Well, one of the reasons that we decided to train all of our staff in the 7 highly effective habits, that's something that we want to teach our students, and we feel like it's very important that all of us are on the same page and all of us internalize those habits in ourselves before we ask students to practice those habits.
Sure. What do you think students are going to get out of this? I mean, obviously, the staff's getting training this summer before the school year starts. I've been told this is the first year, we really kick this into full swing here at Sutton. What do you think the kids are going to get out of this?
Well, I know personally for me, just the past 2 days, we have another day of training tomorrow, but the past 2 days for me, it's really given me insight to myself and how I operate and ways that I can become a better person. And hopefully when we start using the 7 habits with the students, it will help them, one, in lifelong principles and help us develop well-rounded students.
And again, we're here at Sutton Elementary talking about a special new, I guess you could say, mindset here at Sutton Elementary. I'll go ahead and let my next guest introduce herself.
I'm Kristen Tynes. I'm guidance counselor here at Sutton.
Kristen, kind of talk about what the past couple days have been like here at Sutton Elementary.
The training that we've had the past couple days has been a great opportunity for our staff to come together and to really evaluate ourselves and what we believe, and taking those personal beliefs and learning more about how we can share those with our students.
As a counselor here at Sutton Elementary, you talk with students a lot, and you talk with a lot of students a lot. You're responsible for so many. Just talk about, what you expect for the students to get out of this new opportunity that you have here at Sutton.
I'm really excited to start implementing this new mindset that's been brought to our attention. I know that we have a lot of great opportunities for students now as far as leadership roles, but this is going to expand that and to open that up to a lot of students that haven't had that opportunity before, and really help us to find the leader in every student, because in the past it's been open for a variety, but now we really want to open it up for all students.
Talk a little bit about how, when the school year starts, how y'all plan on implementing this.
Well, there are lots of new things. We are just in the beginning stages of implementing The Leader in Me, and I know that as the school year goes on, we're going to bring lots of new things to our students. But now we have started over the summer kind of revamping and improving our building. So that's kind of the start that we've taken on in July. As the school year begins, we are planning on recognizing students for different leadership skills that they show. More to come. I don't know. We're not sure.
Absolutely. It's a learning process. It's a first year mindset that you guys have thrown in here. Kind of talk about why you think it's important for students to feel like they can be leaders, because I know that's kind of what this idea is all about, is anybody can be a leader. Why do you think that's important?
Well, honestly, Dave, the idea of Leader in Me, I was exposed to this through a school in Bowling Green where my family lives, and my nephews have gone through kind of a rough time and in their family, and I saw what the Leader in Me did for them. And that's what really put my heart in it. I saw what it did for those kids, for my nephews, and I thought, there's so many kids here at Sutton that could benefit from the same.
And we're back here at Sutton Elementary, and we're learning about a new mindset that the staff and teachers are learning here. I'll go ahead and let my next guest introduce himself.
Yes, I'm Chuck Farnsworth, Senior Consultant for Franklin Covey, but also I was a school administrator in Indiana back in 1987 and actually started the Education Division inside the Covey Leadership Center.
Talk a little bit about what you're talking about here at Sutton Elementary.
Well, we're coming in with, naturally, the Leader in Me program, and it's a program that's based upon a mindset that within each child there's a leader, and it's part of our role to help develop that leadership. Within each of us we talk about a concept of there's character and there's competence, and usually competence deals with the academic side, but also in the whole child approach there's the character side. And with all of the wonderful things that's already going on here at Sutton, and by the way, I could probably mention I go into a lot of elementary schools, and when I walked into this school, I've been in every 50 states, been in many schools in each state, and this is a top elementary school. What the faculty and the teachers have done to create greatness in this school is just remarkable.
Of course, Sutton reached out. Of course, the staff here wanted to know more about this program. Kind of give me an example of, what you guys are actually doing here in the training a little bit. What are you actually telling them? Is this activity based? How does this go through?
Well, I think the first thing that I try to explain is the fact that they're not committing to a program of Leader in Me. Actually, it's rallying around a belief system that we have to lead ourselves before we can lead others, that we have to manage ourselves before we can manage others, and that has to do with choice. And so one of the things that we really work with is how can we help children, partnering with parents, make choices which are accountable and responsible. And how I've told this group many, many times that if you do nothing else passing young people into the middle school, if we can just help them make correct choices based around principles of human dignity, and they're responsible and accountable for those choices, that what the legacy that we have passing on to middle school, high school, and the rest of their life will be phenomenal. So we're really working on what we call the private victory of a child, of trying to help them make good choices, be accountable for them, be able to set goals, and then make decisions in order to operationalize and fulfill their dreams and their goals.
Just kind of talk about the history of this program a little bit. Where did this mentality rather come from?
Well, Stephen Covey wrote a book back in 1987 called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he had done a lot of research on it. And when we implemented it in the schools that I was working with in Indiana, we just got phenomenal results very quickly. We built trust, people started making different decisions, things that used to be hard to do simply became easier to do. And so we started the Education Division inside the Covey Leadership Center in 1989. And for the first 15 years, basically, we worked with the American educator, with the teachers. And then Sean Covey wrote a book in the late 90s that basically was 7 Habits for Teens. So we started getting into the middle school and the high school business. Then we had a school in Raleigh that started to work with developing leadership tools for students, and they wanted to, if you will, renew themselves to the concept that there's a leader in every child, and it's part of our role to find it. And so over the next 6 to 7 years, a school named A.B. Combs, which the book The Leader in Me is based upon, evolved to the point that Stephen Covey then wrote the Leader in Me book 4 years ago, and we launched this program for elementary schools. Now Franklin Covey is going into the same programs for middle schools and for high schools. And also we're starting to work with some districts and doing a total district-wide intervention as well.
Kind of talk a little bit about some of the advice that you're giving schools on how to get students to realize that they can be leaders.
I think probably the greatest advice that I give them is this isn't a program that you teach. I have to get the faculty to embrace the fact that this is a program that we model within the culture. And our behavior and so on as a faculty helps develop the character of a child. In other words, what's modeled to them is far more valuable than what we teach them. So I really put emphasis on the principles behind the 7 habits rather than just the labels of the 7 habits. And what I'm hoping will evolve in a school that's been doing this for 2 or 3 years will be, we don't have to do direct student instruction, because the kids having this modeled to them in the culture and the learning environment will just start to take on the traits of leadership that they can carry on in life.
Is there anything else that you just want to add about this new mindset you're teaching Sutton, or just about Sutton itself?
Well, like I said, and I know I've said this many times to the Sutton faculty, but going back to my earlier statement, and I think it's something just not for Sutton to be proud of, but I think it's something for the district to be proud of it. But this is a unique school. And one of the things that I like about it is how receptive a school like this has been to wanting to be able to take tools to become greater. Jim Collins says in his book, Good to Great, that basically it's the great organizations that pay the price to become greater. And I think the implementation in the school, they're going to see tremendous results in the future. And it's just going to help Sutton raise to a higher level than they are right now. But I'm just literally blown away when I walk into this school. If I had a child, I think that they would want to come to Sutton because this is a fun school. This is a place that children would want to come to be educated.
Well, there you have it. Of course, high praise for Sutton Elementary here in the Owensboro Public School System. Of course, we'll have more information on this subject coming up later in the school year. For OPS, I'm Dave Kirk. Thanks for watching.